This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan. With your host, Bradley Summers. And get the latest from Alpena Community College with ACC President Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Bradley Summers, and thank you for joining us today. Our first guest is Sarah Grahusky from the Alpena County Library. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for being here.
Of course, always glad to be here.
Now, we missed you last month. We had Don on the show, which was a nice replacement, but
Don always has a lot to talk about.
But it's not Sarah.
No.
Well,
the children's librarians are always the most fun, of course.
You're darn right, because you have some of the most fun within the library.
Absolutely.
So I know you have a lot going on. Obviously, the summer programs are amped up right now, but it's sad that we're actually talking about the end of the summer already.
It flew by so fast this year.
Yeah, and you have a calendar with a lot of really wonderful events that can be accessed from your Facebook page and your website, but some of the big things on that calendar that are coming up is your reading book club end of the year celebration.
Yes. So our finale for the summer reading program is coming up on August 12th. We are running it for 4 hours this year, so that you have some time to come in the morning or the afternoon, but you also don't have to spend the whole day out in the sun or at the library. You can do some other things. So we'll have crafts, games. We're going to have an ice cream sundae bar, so we'll have that for attendees. And also, for anyone that participated in the summer reading program and has earned their minutes, they will also get to pick out a free book to keep, just like they did at the beginning. So it's another way for the kids to pick a book to add to their shelf at home and to check out some things while they're in as well.
Have you noticed an increase of individuals that are participating this year?
Yes, so we're kind of, our numbers are growing again after the last couple years. So I think we have around 300 kids and adults this year. But one of the things that I've noticed more than anything is that the kids that are coming in for their prize, they can choose between a water bottle, a backpack, or a free book. I have only had people choose free books.
Really?
Like, the kids only want books to have at home. And so that, to me, has been the greatest win of the summer.
And we were talking, and affectionately, I talked with my son, and he talks so highly. He's 5 years old, and talks so highly about the programming that you're helping facilitate there.
Yeah.
When it comes to the crafts, just the, playing with the dinosaurs, but having that tangible book or those resources. There are days that he bypasses Dinosaur Gardens or the splash pad, and we go to the library to read, and that to me as a father and as a parent is like an incredible, that just warms my heart. But it's such a testament to what you're doing
and
what you're providing there.
I feel really lucky. We have a great team up in youth services. We have a lot of support from the other departments, a great director. So my goal is always to have something for everyone to do. Books that fit everyone's needs, programs that are for all the different ages, and for the kids that are more social and the ones that are maybe a little more shy.
Yeah, well, great job. So and so right after the end of the year books, or the end of the summer book celebration, you have a book sale as well.
Yes, our Friends of the Library book sale. So this is an annual sale that they did. We just didn't do it during the pandemic. So that will be going again this year. It will be up in the Stillian Conference Room at the library, and it technically starts the 16th, but to shop on the 16th, you have to be part of the Friends of the Library, which is a great way to support the library. It's only $10 a year, and then you get to shop first before anyone else.
Wow.
And then it will go the 17th through the 19th, and there will also be a day where you can get like a bag of books for a deal too. So that will go those 3 days, and it's the week directly after the summer reading program ends.
Wow.
Yes.
And where do the books for the book sale come from?
So they are donations from the community. So we're still taking donations right now. You can drop them off at the front desk at the library, and then we will sort them. We have volunteers plus the Friends of the Library, and they set it all up, and then it really takes up our whole conference area. And there's a little bit of everything. Books are separated kind of by genre and then by age too.
Wow.
Yes.
You know, and with all the resources, you know, to create that inclusive nature within any organization or nonprofit or business, it doesn't matter, but to entice more readers to become more active and more vibrant readers, you're providing some really cool new resources, some interactive tools, correct?
Yes. So we're always adding new things to the library, but one of the things that I'm really excited about are these Vox books that we've gotten in. I chose this one to bring specifically because it is illustrated by one of our local authors who we love, Elisa Shivari, and the thing that's cool about these books is that they have audio built right into them. So they just charge with a USB, and we have a whole collection of bilingual books. This is one of the bilingual titles. And in here, you just have to press play, you can adjust the sound, you can turn pages. It makes that magical little sound like the cassettes used to with a book and cassette. And it walks you right through, and we have some for all different ages, and we plan on adding more as well. We also just got in some really great interactive reality books where you wear these VR glasses, and then you can walk aboard the Titanic or see a volcano erupting.
Wow.
And we also have coming back our Crayon Kiosk, which is in the youth area, and that's a partnership with Child and Family Services, and that has educational games for 5 and under as well that are a little better choice than our regular computers, our computer lab.
Wow, that's a really cool resource.
Yeah, I feel, and I should also mention that not everything is, but this book and many of the others are through a grant from the University of Michigan as well.
Wow,
so,
that's fantastic.
So they helped out with that as well.
Excellent. And just before, we're just about the end of time here, but you have, at the end of September, you have Angeline Boulay that'll be coming here for the Great Michigan Reading Program.
Yes, and I just wanted to put a little plug for her. So Angeline is the author of The Firekeeper's Daughter, which has been kind of on the bestseller list forever. I don't think I've ever handed it to someone who didn't tell me that they were up half the night reading it and that they loved it. So she'll be here to talk about that book with us, which is the Great Michigan Read for 2022 and 23. That will be at the high school on September 25th, and registration is required, but it's free.
Awesome.
So that will be a great event.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Sarah.
Thank you.
Everything that you're facilitating in the community
You're
is
welcome.
absolutely incredible.
I feel lucky to do it.
I look forward to more conversations.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us for the first segment. Stay tuned for Ted Fines and a very special guest from the Habitat for Humanity, Northeast Michigan. Welcome back, everyone. Our next guests are Ted Fines and special guest Kevin Light with the General Housing Corporation. And Ted Fines, of course, is with the Habitat for Humanity of Northeast Michigan.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are both of you doing?
Great.
Very good.
Good. Thank you both for being here.
You bet.
And Kevin, thank you for being the special guest today. You're probably like, what does that entail? Obviously, Habitat for Humanity has been very busy. We've seen the progress in the community, especially with the house that's been put up on Washington Street.
Yeah, this past Monday.
Yeah, and the Jefferson Street project too, the rehab project.
Yes, we're going to be closing on that hopefully next week.
Excellent. What's the update on the house on Washington?
Well, it's totally enclosed. It's watertight, so now we start doing the finishes. The inside, the first floor, it's a story and a half, 3-bedroom, 2 full baths.
Wow.
So the upstairs, we're going to be finishing the upstairs into 2 bedrooms and a full bathroom. The downstairs is completely, well, basically finished. The flooring, the cabinets, in fact, all the Whirlpool appliances are being shipped next week.
Excellent.
And we'll be there, and that was, that was a donation on Whirlpool's part. So it's going to be a great house. The family, this is a young mother with 4 children.
Wow.
Yeah, and they've been out there, and they have just been going crazy.
Well, we were talking just before the show too of how incredible these resources are to our area, and I know you being all over the state, advocating, you know, in the state capitol and advocating all over about the resources that we need here that are sometimes overlooked in a rural community, and here in northeastern Michigan in particular.
Yeah, and we have a state problem with not enough affordable housing, and that includes rentals. And Kevin and General Housing Corporation is filling some of that need. With their plant and offices in Bay City, they are the only modular manufacturer in the state of Michigan.
Wow.
And we have had this relationship since 2019. And I've been a real pain to General Housing and Kevin over the years.
Well,
but in a positive way.
And Kevin, you know, being able to bring these kind of resources to northeastern Michigan and having a partnership with Habitat for the last, what, 4 years, you said?
Yeah.
You know, how important is it for you to bring those resources here? And, you know, because you are the manufacturer of where these houses are coming from.
Correct. Yeah, we're like Ted said, we're in Bay City, and Bay City is roughly equivalent to Alpena in size. So but we ship our houses in the state of Michigan, mainly the Lower Peninsula. We go up into the UP a little bit, so it's not uncommon for us to. In fact, our builder on the east coast of Michigan, he covers from Sheboygan pretty much all the way down to Tawas. Wow. So we sell a lot of houses up this way.
And yeah, and it's an incredible asset. You know, it's really nice, you know, when we're driving down Washington Avenue and seeing the area where there was that burned down house, and then it kind of fell in, and you know, and then it was an empty lot for a while, and then we saw the big beautiful sign about the future opportunity, and then literally drive by and it's, you know, 3/4 of the house is already built.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it. I mean, the whole Habitat approach to things has evolved over the last 10 years. Originally, we used to build houses on site, stick build with volunteers. Those days, unfortunately, are gone. We still have volunteers, but not to the number. We're an aging community, as you know, and so we have to approach things differently. And this is when we were able to get a grant through MSHDA, the Michigan State Housing Development Authority, in Lansing back in 2019, and they were promoting modular construction in rural areas.
Yeah.
So we were one of the first, we were the only affiliate, Habitat affiliate in the state that took advantage of that. And so that was our first experience in Harrisville. So we've been building on that since then, and we're hoping in the next 5 years to develop property not only here in Alpena, but in Montmorency County and the village of Hillman, and with the help of General Housing Corporation. And they're modular. These are not trailer. They're not manufactured homes. They have to meet certain criteria and qualifications. They're a stick build, but in a controlled environment.
Yeah.
And then shipped out and installed. Well, and then we hook everything up together. So it's really, it doesn't cost us less to do it. It's not really the savings. It's a matter of getting them quickly. We can now get a house, what, 8-10 weeks?
Yeah.
And
shipped and on site.
That's incredible. And you know, and it starts with that partnership and that collaboration, like with General Housing Corporation, you know, to bring those resources here in a way that is effective and efficient, and getting, of course, people into the home. And this isn't just a free home for an individual. They are gonna, they put sweat equity into these.
They will be putting
residents.
a lot of sweat equity into this house. The upstairs is unfinished. So we will be looking for that homeowner and her relatives and her friends and volunteers to finish the inside and the outside, landscaping, all sorts of. That house is going to fit into that neighborhood. We were able to design this house with Kevin's help so it fit into that neighborhood. We're not just going to slap down, hey, we're going to take page 10, we like that design, put it over there. No, we spent a lot of time. I mean, Kevin spent a lot of time on the design of this house.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
It really will.
There was a time when you had a one-size-fits-all model with Habitat, and that's changing.
Yeah.
Where we when we put the house in the neighborhood, we told them what the design was. Now it's come full circle where the neighborhood is telling us what we're putting there. And that's the exciting part about working with Ted is he's embraced that notion.
Yeah.
And what happens is that there's a pride of ownership where the homeowner embraces it. You know, they're proud of their house. They're not embarrassed by it. They're proud of it.
Yeah, there's
and
nothing to be
that rubs through the neighborhood. It becomes contagious where it lifts the whole neighborhood up.
Yeah.
Well, and then you see that there's a future, and you're providing, you know, resources for the future for these individuals, and that family dynamic is so important to support. And you know,
And these kids that you see at Boys and Girls Club
and
are going to be living in that house, and they will have a house to go to, and this will maybe encourage other families to get a hold of us and fill out that application, because home ownership is reachable.
absolutely is.
But with a lot of hard work and sweat equity, you can own your own house.
Well,
and it's cheaper. Your payments are, I can not guarantee you, but tell you that you will probably spend less on this house than you ever would on rent.
Well, it's incredible because individuals like you two sitting here today are the ones that are making these dreams happen.
Yeah.
Because of your advocating, you know, throughout the state for what you're so passionate about. And Kevin, your architecture skills on bringing those designs to our community is really, really important. And I can't thank both of you enough for, you know, providing those things for Alpena and the surrounding
And we're
areas.
having fun at the same time.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
It is. It's half the battle.
Well, I can't believe it's already, our segment's already done.
What?
I know.
Where's that round table we were talking
It's
about?
crazy. Well, that's coming. But thank you both so much for being here. I cannot tell you how, I'm just so proud to call you a friend and call you a resource and a collaborator in the community. And Kevin, it was fantastic getting to meet you.
Likewise. Thank you.
Yeah, you take care, and I look forward to more future projects.
Hey, thanks, Brad.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for joining us today as we continue to endeavor the wonderful world of nonprofits in our community. Stay tuned after the break for the ACC segment.
Good morning. I am Jay Walteright, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is the ACC portion of Talk the Town. With me this morning is one of my regular guests, Mike Colleen, Director of Admissions. Mike, good morning.
Great to be here, Jay. I mean, it's August, summer is in full effect, but we're talking school.
Yep, it is warm and a little bit of muggy outside, and it's really nice to feel that, but we're always, I don't know, a month or 2 months ahead, and we're looking ahead to the start of fall semester, which starts in 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks from tomorrow, exactly. You know, and it's amazing how many people talk to me like, "Oh, Mike, how are you enjoying your summer?" And I'm like, "Well, I've been working." Working? I'm like, "Yeah, I'm admissions. You know, we got to get people registered. We've got orientations, the process, doing a lot of campus tours, things like that." So yeah, we've been rolling, and classes start in 3 weeks. So we got some things to talk about. Anybody out there who's interested in getting started?
Yeah, well, great. So just wanted to say again, August 28th is the start of fall semester, so there's still time for students to get involved, to get into classes. And we always encourage students to get in as soon as possible so that they have the best selection of courses and are able to meet with advisors. So Mike, why don't you talk about some of the other dates that are involved with registering?
Right. Well, like I said, it's August, and it's amazing. Whenever the calendar does turn to August, it seems like it just flips a switch for some people. But, you know, the phone calls, the emails, even the walk-in traffic has picked up here this last week or so, which is nice. But coming up, really what we're heading for is what we call our open registration, or in the old term, central registration
used
week.
to be, yeah.
The key dates are going to be August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, when we will be having new student orientations that I put on. So if you're a new student, new to ACC, we want you to come listen to my 45-minute to an hour presentation just on services, policies, some timelines, information to help you be successful. Then we get you connected with an academic advisor who will work with you to get the right class schedule for you, based on your program of study, full-time, part-time, whatever it is you want to do, morning, noon, or night, what classes are available. But maybe you're a returning student who hasn't quite yet registered yet. You weren't quite sure what you were doing come May when classes got out. Well, advisors will be there for you as well for a walk-in basis. So the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, that's going to be the key 3 days where we're going to be the best time to come in. But come on in beforehand, and we're certainly let you know the process and make sure your financial aid isn't set.
Yes, I'm glad you
all
mentioned
that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, financial aid is a big one, and it is a lot easier than it used to be, but it still takes a little bit of time to go through that. I know Amanda Belisar in our financial aid office is extremely helpful, so we want to encourage students to come in as soon as they can to get that process going. And speaking of financial aid, you and I were involved with a state project called the Reconnect program, which is a great boon to older students. By older, I mean 25 and older. So can you talk just a little bit about that?
Yeah, so back in July, we had our 2-day window of orientations, and Marcia Tompkins, who's like the regional representative for Michigan Reconnect up in this area, she was on campus one of those days, was able to present at my orientations, let people know about the program. She was ecstatic because she had people coming up and talking to her maybe about themselves, or maybe they have a family member who didn't really know it was going to be possible. Because you're right, sometimes finances can be that hurdle that keeps people from going to school. And this Michigan Reconnect program is going to help sort of reduce those hurdles. And in some cases, maybe take them right out. The Michigan Reconnect program is a great opportunity out there if you're 25 and older, lived in Michigan for a year, have a high school diploma or a GED, and you have not achieved any type of college credential like an associate's degree or above. So if you're in one of those 4 categories, there's some free money for you to come in and take some great programs. You know, our welding, automotive, concrete, business, electrical, criminal justice classes all have availability. If whatever suits you, come on in and let's talk about it.
And we have a wide selection of different types of courses for different academic goals and desires. But college is well known for a lot of our tech programs, including concrete tech and utility tech. And I know you've said recently that there's been an effort to expand the recognition of those programs outside of our area. So can you talk about that?
Yeah, the one thing we did a couple years ago is we created an Intro to Tech Careers class, which is a set of 3 classes. This is our 1 credit Intro to Concrete, 1 credit Intro to Utility, and 1 credit Intro to Engineering. And they're delivered remotely to high schools. And so there are students out there that can be taking this class like as an elective in high school, but they're dipping their toe in the water to these 3 career paths. And it's really generated some interest and buzz. We've got some partnerships. We have students from Coleman High School, up in Pickford and Rudyard, potentially even down in Clarkston. Outside of the area, students over in Central Lake have taken it, Ellsworth. So not just Alpena and Alcona and Rogers City, which we certainly have students taking it there as well, but just sort of expanding some of those options. And then we also instituted an Intro to Health Careers, which is Intro to Nursing, Intro to Pre-Professional programs. And that has been well received also. So great opportunities for students for the dual enrollment or early college, still in high school, to sort of see if this is for them. If there's students out there thinking right now, yeah, I don't know if I like my high school schedule, go talk to your high school counselor and see if maybe you can get get enrolled in one of these classes. Real simple to do. They can certainly contact me.
Yeah, and I believe another part of those classes that are really great is it gives students a chance to see a couple different career choices, what it would mean to do those types of things, and helps them to make those choices instead of maybe choosing to get into a program and then realizing at a certain point, oh, this wasn't the choice that they really wanted to make.
Exactly. It gives them the opportunity to sort of see what it is. And we bring them to campus, they get campus tours, they see the instructors, they do some hands-on activities. So you're right, so before they get to high school, they know what they're getting into. It's not like, I want to be this, they know what this person does. And that's 2 different things, wanting to be something or wanting to do something. So it's been a great success so far. We're excited to keep that partnership going with any and all high schools that want to get students involved.
Yeah, it's very exciting that this outreach is having such great acceptance outside of our area. we'll bring them in and we'll help them out.
Absolutely.
So we've only got about a minute left. So if you'd like to recap some of those dates that students should know about to get involved the fall semester.
Absolutely. So like I say, end of the month here, August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, that's going to be our prime window. Advisors will be back on campus. Walk-in availables for returning or continuing students, or new student orientation opportunities for new people. But if you're new, submit the application now. Do your financial aid. Feel free to call or stop in. Call the college, stop in the office, the admissions office right inside Van Laer Hall.
That's right.
Myself or Sally will certainly take care of you, financial aid down the hall, and help you out. So come on in, we'll get you started. If not, we'll see you on August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th.
All right, well, great. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for all that information, and thank you for joining us today on Talk of the Town. Once again, I am Jay Walterite, Director of Public Information and Marketing for ACC, and this is Talk of the Town.
This has been Talk of the Town with your hosts Bradley Summers and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at WVKB11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production. All rights reserved.